Hey y'all, in the high stakes world of criminal law, nobody does it like Jax. From executive producers Kerry Washington and Larry Wilmore, Reasonable Doubt is a brand new sexy Hulu original that centers on Jax Stewart, played by Emiyatsi Cornaldi. I've heard a few of you already talking about this show, so you probably have either seen a piece or you've heard of it and you're ready to get you a piece. Now's the time. Jax is a high-powered criminal defense attorney who bucks the system every chance that she gets. She's also juggling a rocky marriage, a high-profile murder case, and the sudden return of an old flame, played by the one and only, ever so fine, Michael Ealy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it will be messy, and yes, you will want to be there. Reasonable Doubt is now streaming only on Hulu. Check it out. Let's start the show. Well, there, niggers and friends. That's right. Hard R's today.
I'm already in. I'm tapped the fuck in. I was thinking about Hardy R's earlier.
I'm Fats Domino.
And I am Robin Roberts. This is The Read. Thanks for coming back. I love when we're aligned energetically.
Yeah.
Because I literally was thinking of, how some people don't like it when you say like nigger with the Hardy R. They're like, ooh, it sounds racist. And I was thinking, yeah, that's because it is. Like,
it is.
I'm being
it's not my fault.
Rude. I'm being degrading about niggas when I'm doing that because I'm fed up.
Yeah.
That's literally why I do that. Oh yeah, I'm in my homophobic era right now. So I was just thinking about slurs and why we use them.
Yeah, and why we use them. That's
yeah,
fair.
It is.
Well, how are you doing?
Yeah, I've been better, had some good news and bad news all bundled together. The world is still on fire. But choosing to look at things in the most positive way. So
that's great.
Just going to stick with, things have been better, but I am doing all right. What about you?
Admirable stance to have. I'm going to try to do the same. I'm very sick. I don't have COVID, thankfully, but I have maybe some form of a flu or a bug.
No.
I feel better than I did yesterday. I missed work yesterday, which I'm not a fucking fan of.
Yeah,
so.
I know you're not. I know how you are. But listen, sometimes we simply must rest. And if you don't do it, your body will make you. So,
well, and it makes
and it said that you're not going nowhere.
Yeah, I zoomed in today. But oh no, my body. It's like okay. So I'm watching the new Interview with the Vampire series on AMC or AMC Plus or whatever.
All right.
And the lead is played by fine ass Jacob Anderson, Grey Worm from Game of Thrones.
Yes. Okay.
He plays the lead, and he in the first episode, it describes in great detail, very poetic, it's Anne Rice, great detail about what it felt like when he died and became a vampire. And I was listening to it and I was like, oh, these are my symptoms. I didn't even know I was bitten. So I will just sit here and wait for the passing. Because it felt like I was found dying on the side of the road. And then rather than taking me to the hospital, someone placed me in an oven and baked me at 375 degrees.
Yeah.
So that's what we're dealing with. But I'm good enough to prop myself up and talk.
Well,
so
thank God for progress. And I'm sure the rest of the writers' room was like, yeah, you zoom in. Don't bring whatever that is over here. Thank you so much. Here's the link.
Yeah.
We'll see you at noon. Bye. Bye. Bye, pumpkin. Well, I'm hoping you feel better soon, friend. That sucks.
All right, let's do Black Excellence this week. We're going to give it over to one Andrea Hayes Dixon because she's the first Black woman to ever serve as Howard University's dean for the College of Medicine.
What?
Right.
Howard? Has it been a bunch of black men? That must be it. Okay. All right. Got you.
Like, I had the same exact question.
Yeah, I was confused, but okay. Yeah, black woman. I guess I see that.
But yes, she said that she's incredibly... So the responsibility of educating the nation's next generation of leaders in medicine is an enormous responsibility that I take very seriously. I'm excited to engender allies and friends to join me in the journey of moving Howard forward.
Yeah. Amen.
Congratulations to you for being a first step in that. It says here, back in 2006, she became the first surgeon in the world to perform a high-risk, life-saving procedure on teens with rare forms of stomach cancer. So she's been a bad bee in the game for quite some time.
So
Get on her level and reach for the hem of her garment if you can. Congratulations to you, ma'am, and to all of the Howard students who will be working towards their medical futures underneath her tutelage.
Yeah. Answer into this woman. Go off, sis.
Also, congratulations to one Pinky Cole, who is coming back to Harlem, bitch.
God is so big. God is so big and working every day in my life.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad. I'm glad on multiple levels, but thrilled for Pinky to be coming back to New York.
Love this woman, love her story, love everything that's happening to her, love her family, love her businesses.
Love her food. Yeah, really do.
I met Pinky for the first time when I lived in Harlem on 139th and Lenox. And she had a little...
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She had a juice bar on the corner over there. And I would be coming from the studio sometimes, going to the studio to do the podcast. And she was always super nice. Sometimes she'd give me free juice. She'd make sure the trap niggas leave me alone. And
a real
she was just always like bigging me up and gassing me up and saying, oh my gosh, you need a show and blah, blah, blah. She just always just exuded positive, great energy. And so I think it was pretty slutty vegan. And to see her and all of the success that she's had in Atlanta and beyond, and know now that she's coming right back to Harlem to have an ad with Cameron in it. Like, everything is just sickening. And I love that she is returning to New York. And giving the girls
their
$100 million business and its tastes.
Them slutty vegan lines are going to be around the fucking
It's going to
block.
be dumb. Like, it's going to be literally stupid.
Oh my God. It's going to be packed.
It's going to be dumb. There's never not like a ridiculous line to turn out, especially for like new slutty vegan locations, pop-ups. Like, it's good food.
Right.
And it's run by a good person. So
congrats, Pinky. So I said, damn, you really are rich. You coming back to New York paying these Harlem rent prices for a restaurant at that? I said, oh yeah, you rich.
It's more of a favor to Harlem, probably, than like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, fine, here
you niggas go. Damn. But yeah, very excited for this and super, super happy for her.
Yes, congrats, sis. All right. Let us get into our pop culture segment. It is called Hot Tops. Honk for bottoms, save your sperm. This week.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
And it should be done. It should be done.
It's important. Activism.
So, 3 people have been arrested in connection to the murder of rapper PnB Rock that we spoke about, I believe, on the show. He was held up at gunpoint at a Roscoe's in Los Angeles and shot 3 times. A 17-year-old man was arrested and charged with the shooting. His stepmama was also arrested for like accessory to theft or accessory to a crime.
Yikes.
And they had to like go looking for his dad, his 40-year-old daddy, who was apparently the getaway driver and kept getting away, I guess. Apparently, they eventually tracked his ass down somewhere in Las Vegas. So he's been arrested as well. Girls have been charged. I read that they're also looking for a fourth suspect. They said there was a man in a red shirt who was outside of the Roscoe's. They believe he is the person who tipped these niggas off to PnB's location. And it's the reason that they knew to pull up at the time. So apparently they're out looking for this fourth person, but at least 3 people have been arrested so far in relation to this. And so far, a lot of you Twitter niggas and Kodak Black have walked back some of your sentiments directed at this man's girlfriend, the woman y'all were blaming for his murder because she posted some chicken and some waffles down at the restaurant. According to reports, that ain't got nothing to do with it, as we could have surmised if we would have taken 2 times to think about it, or just, used regular everyday compassion. Well, I shouldn't say regular everyday because that's not a thing anymore.
It ought to be, though. Goddamn.
But, as I said, someone was there, according to these reports, and tipped them off, and that was before PnB Rock and his girlfriend sat down to eat into any of that stuff. Kodak Black said in that moment, it was sounding like she did some bullshit. So shit, I don't wish no bad on her and shit like that. So I give my apologies to her. I hope she keeps her head up. You know what? For a nigga who I feel like whose education stopped somewhere in elementary school, who really probably has no real grasp on this is why we need cameras. They have no idea where you're laughing. That was unintentional. It was just
no, but I felt it. Like I feel what you're saying. You mean this shit.
I made a grasping motion with my hands when I said that. And it was not intended to be funny. But yeah, I don't think that he really has a basic understanding of empathy, sympathy, or any of those things. So I will actually say for Kodak Black, it seemed like a decent apology. It has the word apology in it.
I mean, I truly hate to give Kodak Black anything. I find him to be a completely despicable human being, just wretched in every way. But we all mess up. And even though this was very avoidable, you could have just not rushed to blame this girl. And if you had not been in such a rush to hate women, blame women, be mad at women, find a way to put a woman down.
Right.
If you hadn't been in such a rush, and if you had, completed middle school and thought things through just a tiny bit, perhaps you would have come to perhaps the most obvious explanation, which is that this is a famous nigga who is at a very public place, and anybody in the fucking Waffle House could have recognized. It's full of niggas. It's I just feel like that much more obvious explanation was right there, and it was screaming at you niggas pay attention to me. And y'all just went right around that nigga. Y'all went right around that nigga. That sign can't stop me because I can't read. You niggas kept right on going straight to the misogyny. So even though this was avoidable, at least you did apologize. And not the worst apology I've ever heard. So
true, especially
from a rapper.
From a nigga. So
yeah, true. So
you can have that.
That's me being nice. That's me being nice. Leave that girl alone. Let her fucking mourn.
Speaking of rap niggas under 5'6", Lil Uzi Vert is a meme again. He doesn't even try.
He doesn't.
Doesn't even try.
And he just looks funny.
Yeah, he just
his stature, his demeanor.
Everything about the way he just holds himself. It's just
comical. Yeah.
It's just,
he's a natural.
Yeah. He's a natural.
Put that man on SNL.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Actually, him improv.
No shade.
No, I really think he could be good at improv.
I think he would slay.
Probably.
Maybe not SNL, although they could use it. But maybe at a Mad TV if they ever came back.
Something, even just heading on down to the... what was it? Oh, no, they closed Upright Citizens Brigade.
They closed UCB.
That's what I almost said homegirl. That's what my classmate told me because she does improv.
I went to UCB.
Didn't we all?
Didn't we all?
I'm hard pressed to think of anybody who didn't go to
That's
fucking
true.
UCB.
That is very true.
But yeah,
Anyone
I think
who's
earlier
ever
this
spoken
year.
to-
It's closed.
Spoken to a microphone in New York City has probably gone.
Has gone to UCB. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, local improv groups all around the country. He seems to have a natural knack for comedy.
Well, his lady friend, the girl JT of Twitter, tweeted on September 29th, "My boyfriend loved to rig up a meal for me. It's so cute. But today he almost burned our place down and didn't flinch." Then she posted a photo of this nigga in the kitchen. I don't know if it's a flambe, blase.
I bet it's not supposed to be.
Trombe. I don't know what the fuck.
Come through, Trombe.
This nigga has a 9. There is a Charizard in this frying pan.
Please.
What? There's the House of Dragons. There's an entire
that's big.
tower of flames.
Yeah.
Stacked up in the kitchen. And this nigga is standing in front of it in a satin jacket, looking at it as if it is a burning bush. And the Lord is speaking to him through it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's happening. We don't know.
You're right. I mean, I feel confident that that's not it, but
Me too.
it could be. Anything is technically possible, but
why are you so calm?
The flames are licking at the cupboards. What are you doing? Like, grab one of these towels and throw it over that bitch. Like something. Take it off the heat at least. What are you doing?
JT, please tell me that you were recording this video and these are screenshots from the recording and that you are also maybe on the phone with authorities at the same time. Like, he needs a chaperone. What is he doing? Like, why are you okay? He literally, and she posts another one where the flame is thankfully lower. It doesn't look like anything else is burned or singed. And she said, no, y'all, his mood really didn't change. He watched it go out and all. He believed in himself. You know what? This is a story of confidence, perseverance, and strength. I'm actually upset with myself for hating.
Are you?
No.
I'm just glad it didn't get worse. I'm glad.
Like, isn't it the best we can do?
because it was only by the grace of God. This nigga and the complete inaction. Maybe he knew what he was doing, though. Maybe this is so next level chef shit. Like, maybe these are chef techniques and we are basic whores who have no idea what we're talking about. Like,
maybe it's like because he's done so many like high energy rap rock shows that have surely had tons of pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably nothing to him being this close to fire.
I guess so,
because I just want to know. Okay. And then the last slide or the last photo in the slide says, and then boom. And she posts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little bowls. Did you see this?
It's the best part of the whole fucking thing. It's the best. I saw the picture of him and I was like, I have to know where this comes from. And then when I found the food itself, I was like, you buried the lead. You should have started with this. This is the funniest part of the whole fucking thread.
5 bowls. We've got some diced tomatoes. Looks to be a little chopped, maybe a little chopped
shredded
romaine.
lettuce.
That might be some. It might be a little arugula in there.
Oh, a little green blend, a little roughage.
About half a bag of Kraft's shredded,
pre-shredded
cheddar. Okay.
Absolutely, they shook that out from the bag.
About 8 to 9 boxed Del Taco shells from the grocer. And then approximately 6 or 7 charred pieces of shrimp. Oh, and a bag of Daisy sour cream.
Oh, yes. Don't forget the sour cream and the Ortega. The sauce. These niggas made hard shell shrimp taco.
You almost burned this lady house down over some hard shell shrimp tacos.
I'm thinking, oh, this nigga he was going for like the reverse sear on some filet mignon, and he was finna, like, this nigga finna come out with some roasted Brussels sprouts and asparagus, a potato for that ass. This nigga,
where's the bouillabaisse?
You cooked one thing. You cooked shrimp. Don't even take all that shrimp. I know that shrimp chewy as shit. My nigga, shrimp takes like 2 minutes to cook. It is no way in the world. It is no way in the world. And then you combined it with hard shell store-bought tacos, pre-shredded cheese, diced tomato. Like, y'all could eat anything in the world.
Literally, they could.
Are they in Miami or LA? It don't matter. Either way, y'all have better tacos than this. Y'all have better tacos than this, no matter where you live.
It doesn't even. Yeah,
this is some very Oklahoma shit. I am so, and even in Oklahoma, I know everybody in Oklahoma is like, bitch, don't do us.
That's why there's something a little endearing about it.
Oh, like, it's very regular nigga. It is that.
Exactly.
And I like regular nigga things. I like the Upshaws on Netflix. I like the Miss Pat show.
Yep. What else?
Because no, you're too amused by this, so I feel like I should stop. I feel like I should stop right there. But even though I would not eat this, I appreciate niggas and they store-bought hard shell tacos.
And you know what?
That they put
just cooking for their lady. That's nice.
I mean, literally one thing was cooked, and this shrimp, it just didn't take all that. It didn't. It ain't no way in the world.
He probably cut those tomatoes.
You think so?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, who are me? This looks like half a tomato worth of tomatoes. I wouldn't be surprised if they got all of that. You can get pre-shredded lettuce. You can get pre-chopped tomatoes even.
Absolutely not a full tomato.
It's not. Unless it's organic or something. Did it come off of JT's tomato vine?
Oh, yeah.
Something?
It might be like
It might be. You know, so who can say? But I just
want y'all to leave them alone. He got a belly ring now. Y'all tagging her about it.
This is the most ghetto ass dinner.
She wants y'all to just leave them alone.
Millions and millions of dollars.
I just don't know how this fire got so intense over this meal, and I don't know why he's so okay with it.
Y'all are eating this Walmart ass dinner. I'm just shocked. Like, you can take the girl out the hood, but
that's it.
Yeah, I want to say I bet it was good, but I honestly don't think it was. I don't like overcooked shrimp. She got an AP
on her wrist and a Birkin. You can feed her anything.
Niggas are so bad about overcooking shrimp. And the sour cream, like, what are we doing?
You know you ain't clean them.
Please, not gritty shrimp on top of all that. Oh, God. Woo, well, what a mess.
Well, God bless everybody.
Oh, JT, that should have been all we heard from you this week.
Don't get me started. So Lyfe Jennings came out of nowhere from, I guess he left the house of the ghost of Carly Red's past.
Oh my God, I forgot he did that show. I forgot about that.
You remember when Carly Red flung herself onto the fucking pavement for a VH1 check next to Lyfe Jennings?
That's one thing about Carly Red. She gonna sell that fucking storyline, okay? She is gonna be the Sheree.
None of us purchased.
Well, I mean,
much like that.
We just weren't interested. Somebody who is willing to be messy to and for every situation. It's only so seriously I can take you.
There are probably at least 12 to 13 women in their 50s who bought She by Sheree joggers. That,
wow.
Like the power walk.
That's a generous estimate.
At like 6. Originally, my estimate was like 7.
This is what I'm saying. You're being kind on today.
Whatever. I'm saying.
$200 t-shirts. Please. The auntie's not doing that.
Lyfe Jennings, I guess, heard that there's a show about Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix. And so he decided to get on TikTok or Instagram, one of them niggas, and tell this long ass 2-part story about how he was locked up in 92 or 93. And Jeffrey Dahmer was in the jail for a little bit. And he used to sleep around because he was the porter.
Of course.
And he would be singing and porting. Travis porting. And then he said one time, Jeffrey Dahmer asked him to sing Mint Condition. And so he did, or some shit. And then, I don't know. I literally watched the whole story of this light-skinned nigga talking about how he serenaded a cannibal serial killer queen in the 90s. And I guess we're supposed to find entertainment in it. And then he said he was going to come back and tell us some more. But the nigga the internet got on his ass so bad. He was like, I'm not telling y'all no more about nothing. Not about that. Not about me. Not about today or tomorrow. He's saving the rest of his Jeffrey Dahmer stories, and hopefully the rest of his stories for a group chat.
Yeah.
A telehealth visit. I don't know.
I could have been left completely out of this.
None of us needed it.
Why? I mean, and honestly, I blame Netflix.
Need the show.
This is Netflix's fault. Right. I can't believe I had to. Netflix kept showing me that fucking preview so many times that I had to just go in and give it a thumbs down just off the trailer. So they would not show me the fucking trailer no more. I'm not watching this.
Me alone.
I remember the news story. Like, hi, old. I remember the fucking news story and I do not need to relive it. I don't. I'm sure that Mrs. Betts did a great job. I'm rooting for everybody black as always. I'm not looking at that though. I'm not watching that.
It took me a minute. I was like, who the fuck is Mrs. Betts?
Oh, you know who she is.
Of course I know who the fuck is. And I'm sure that she did an excellent job. I did watch maybe like 3.5 episodes of it. And it's shot really well. It's acted really well. Evan Peters is great. Niecy Nash is great. Sure, but it's just like, girl, I don't understand this place's obsession with like romanticizing psychos and murderous white men. Like, I don't. Right. You've already done Jeffrey Dahmer movies and shows. Like, I don't know what we need.
How much can be said?
And then because this whole story is about how this man stalked and preyed on specifically black and brown people and killed them. And so then you're like, well, let's get some acting ass, beloved ass niggas to come and act and be beloved to legitimize it because we're not telling this story. Anyway, this isn't even about Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, girl, whatever.
Fuck her.
So I don't know why. I guess Lyfe Jennings was like, oh, I one time sang Pretty Brown Eyes for that motherfucker.
Which is Why would you tell us this?
So basically,
I don't get it. Mama.
Why would you tell us that you were singing down in the jailhouse for the nigga who literally, and he's like, oh, this nigga he loved R&B. Can you believe it? He wanted me to sing Mint Condition. Yes, I can believe it because he used to go down to the black gay club and go and prey on niggas just like you and then try to eat them. He was seasoning you up. He was sprinkling Lorries on your larynx.
It's just not.
Hey, you're lucky that you were not an entree telling us stories.
Oh, God. I don't know why. I don't know why he felt the need to chime in. But again, I do blame Netflix.
Yeah, me too.
Especially once all the people who are actually involved, like families of the victims, are like, once again, y'all are bringing up our fucking trauma for money and we're not amused and really wish y'all would at least consider us. I get that true crime is like a big thing, big source of entertainment for a lot of people. But like the thing about true crime is that it is true. These are real people, real lives. They have real family and friends left behind who are really grieving. So Just a little bit of mindfulness. Just a little bit, bitch. Like, but I know that's asking for the world. The whole goddamn galaxy with you niggas.
Puff Sean Daddy the Combs appeared on the radio, the Breakfast Club radio, where he defended his absolutely ridiculous homeboy. But past that, he also defended his reputation and fought back against rumors, stories, and chatter.
All right.
That he has robbed his artists, and that he owes people who've worked for him tons and tons of money, moolah, cash coins. Mace specifically came up a lot. He said, I did one album with Mace, one album. How much money do you think I owe this guy? And then he became a fake pastor and went and conned people, and y'all gonna let him throw dirt on the God's name? Anybody can come and step up. Bring your receipts. But I'm not playing. I'm back outside and I'm fighting back for us. And I'm also doing some fighting back for me. Anybody that thinks I owe them something, show me the receipt and you'll get paid within 24 hours.
Okay. I mean, isn't the point is that like these people were manipulated or coerced or just uneducated about what they were doing, and so they feel like they were cheated out of money, and not necessarily like, oh, I worked 30 hours and you only pay me for 20. Like, I don't think it's a timesheet discrepancy. I think it's like, Puff manipulated me, Puff took advantage of me. Like, I think it's more like the money I'm owed is because of, I think it's more like that, and less like, oh, well, I put in 80 hours that week and that nigga only paid me for 40. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think any of us think that.
And as soon as billionaires or multi-hundred millionaires start talking about, I'm doing this for us, I clock right out. Baby, that is where I stop listening. You are not.
Yeah. That's not happening.
The light in my eyes just goes down. I'm no longer paying attention. Because you're not. Like, maybe you're tired of people saying these things about you. That's fair. That's human. But just don't bring us into it. You're not talking about me.
Someone recorded a seemingly recent video of Mace outside of, I don't know, a Bahama Breeze. I don't know where this nigga was, but he was outside somewhere and they recorded him and he was like, show you the receipts, ask your mother. And I was like, oh, oof, let me reach for my pearls that don't exist. He said, your mother's got the receipts because they're all in your mother's name. You can't ask Biggie for receipts because he's dead. You can't ask this nigga for receipts because he's dead. You can't ask this nigga for receipts because he's dead. And then like did all of this, you know, hollering and aggression into the camera with a mouthful of jewelry and huge chains around his neck. And I watched this and I was like, imagine attending this nigga's church.
Imagine.
And now watching him argue with Diddy, wearing your tithes in his mouth and your offering on his neck. Both of y'all niggas steal.
Saying, I feel like as soon as he said he was starting a church, I was like, so the jig is in full effect.
Yeah.
These niggas is scamming like through the church. Absolutely. Because what would make you think, okay, never mind. I'm not going to get too obvious, but don't know why those decisions were ever made. Don't know why these niggas are going back and forth. I feel like that, you know, like this was years ago. We all enjoyed the fisheye lens and the shiny puffy coats in the videos. And like, we all had a good time and we can all let it go. There was an era. If you were there, you were. If you weren't, then you simply weren't. You can catch up on YouTube, but that we can just let it go.
Where do I want to go with this? I'll just say, all right, we'll say this one here. So Danny Lee.
It looks like Lee, but I don't know. And I actually didn't hear nothing about this girl, so I'm just wondering what you about to pull out the Barney bag right now.
So she's touring right now. I don't know why. I'm
Touring
assuming she
what?
released a collection of music. I didn't do any looking into what that might be about, but you typically tour when you have music to
Have
do
music
so.
out, yeah.
So let's just say that she does. So she's doing that, and I assume in the process is also attempting to make her rounds on the promotion marketing front. Recently, I guess she went to make an appearance on Nicholas Cannon's Wild and Out.
Please.
And apparently when she went down to the Wild and Out, she and her team requested that 9-season long Wild and Out performer B. Simone be removed or not in attendance for that specific episode. Now, if you know anything about B. Simone, then you know that she
Not
has
really.
been a huge fan. That's fair. She's been a huge fan of the baby and was one of these people who would always, oh my God, little baby, oh my God, you're so fine. Oh, I just want to like very early on into the baby's appearance into our lives. So Danny Lee, who has a baby and a checkered past with that rap nigga. Checkered past?
Sure.
She, you know, I guess for these reasons and some other shadiness, doesn't see it for B. Simone. They don't like each other. She didn't want her to be on the show. So when B. Simone appeared on Tamron Hall to promote her new show, she confirmed, yeah. Because B. Simone is in a new show on Bounce. I think I talked about, she's on a show on Bounce with Kim Coles called Finding Happy.
Oh, I have heard about that show. I didn't know she was on it though.
Yes, she's a star of the show. And so she was actually on Tamron Hall's show with Kim Coles. But for whatever reason, they were talking about Danny Lee. Anyhow, she confirmed that she was asked not to do it. She responded in a very classy way and just said that she was going to give the girl grace and move on with her life. She said she's not very mature. And then she just moved on. I mean, well.
Danny Lee is like 21, 22, something like that. So.
Is she?
I think she's really young. Oh, no, never mind. She's 27.
The desire to Google.
I don't know. I just looked it up. Just kidding. No, never mind. She's a whole 27. I was just playing. Oh, look how cute that baby is, though. Oh, my God.
Oh, she's posted the child?
What a little chunk. Oh, nice. How precious.
So she's doing her promo thing. She wanted the girl to come on the show when she was on the show. So she said, don't let her come on the show. Okay. Or whatever. And so the girls were tight about that. And how dare you? And who do you think you are? And she responded by saying, me and B. Simone are not cool. My team asked if she doesn't do the episode that I do. It was never anything to be like, I'm a diva. I'm protecting my peace, et cetera, et cetera. I don't feel like reading the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me. So.
Yeah, I mean... So then later on, there was also a story from a woman named Kendra G, who works on the radio in Chicago. I believe she has a morning show over there. I could be wrong. She has a show on Chicago radio. And she read Danny directly to the ground after alleging that Danny basically did the same thing, had her removed from her morning show because she didn't want her there. Talk to her or whatever. So she went off on her in a video that made its rounds. Danny claims she didn't know nothing about this interview. She and Kendra have since hugged and made up online. And confirmed that Danny actually did not know anything about the interview. Kendra was told by her team for whatever reason that she just didn't want to do it for reasons similar to the B. Simone thing. So that's weird and somebody should be fired for it if it's the truth. But either way, those two apparently worked it out. I saw today. My thing is this.
Okay.
I get protecting your peace. I understand if it's like, okay, I don't like this person. I don't really want to be around them because it's going to be awkward. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be a riot. It's going to be hands thrown, whatever the possibilities are. Mm-hmm. I get that if it's like, okay, I'm having a party, I'm having an event, come through, and you trying to bring somebody on. Like, no, they can't come.
Yeah.
I understand if we've both been invited to do some third party shit, and I see that you about to be on there and I'll fuck with you, and I'm bowing out. Fair, that's fine.
Yep.
What I don't understand is you, for the promotion and gain of yourself, going to somebody else's job and telling them that you don't want them to be at a job because you don't like them and you don't want to be uncomfortable, especially when you are going to position yourself in places like radio shows and comedy shows. Wild 'N Out has been on since a lot of people weren't born.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
Okay. And it has always
kids.
been a show surrounding comedians roasting one another. You, in your position, attempting to go on wild, like, girl,
why?
What did you think? And then you're going to do radio shows. Their whole job is to ask you questions and get into your damn business. And especially since we don't really know much about your business aside from that nigga, like, what do you think that? What do you want to do? Because, like,
yeah, that's true.
You like, I get protecting your peace, but then, girl, maybe you're not doing any marketing, or maybe you and your team need to come up with some other marketing strategy or some other marketing campaign idea rollout that can work to you and your sensitivities, that does not require you trying to go in the same spaces that you normally would, but tell everybody else how to do their job or not do their job because you're uncomfortable with them doing the things that they always have done in those spaces, that you have seen them do in those spaces, especially when you had all that talk and that big talk and that get back when you were in good places with that same nigga that everybody was telling you was a dog ass nigga at the time. It's just not adding. It's not mathing.
It isn't.
It's not algebraic.
Right.
It's just not.
That's not making a whole lot of sense. But I don't know. I kind of look at it as, you can ask, but it's up to Wild 'N Out if they take B. Simone off of the rotation.
That is also tea.
It's up to the radio station.
Also tea.
Whether they, pulled that interview with the DJ or whatever, like, that's up to them. So I'm not really shocked that an artist team would be like, hey, this person has been super supportive of somebody who is a real pain in her ass. So, like, can we do this without her? And then I expect MTV or whoever to be like, no, girl, B. Simone is part of the show. Like, you either come be on the show with B. Simone on it or you don't do the show. So I'm actually kind of shocked that Danny Lee has enough pull to say something like this and then it actually get done. That's what's shocking to me. Because I just feel like they would tell most people, but maybe they wouldn't. Is Danny Lee like a big attraction? Do people care? What? Like, I can't believe Wild 'N Out took B. Simone off the episode that Danny Lee did so that Danny Lee would do a show. Like, this can't be the biggest name that y'all had. Like, there had to be
nowhere near
just some girl on Instagram y'all could have pulled up. Right. Like, this isn't. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but, like, if she asked and they agreed, then I feel like that's on the employers.
You're completely right. You're completely right. Like, me personally, I'm thinking about it, like, if I'm that sensitive, I wouldn't have wanted to go on Wild 'N Out anyway.
Oh, yeah, I'll never go on Wild 'N Out.
Like, they're going, that's the whole thing. You know what I mean? So I would have never even.
I'm gonna go below the belt.
That, like, I'm just not going.
Real, like, yeah, I'm a show out. I don't need to be in no situation where the whole point is that we insult each other, because I'm gonna get very rude.
Yeah, I'm not that emotional.
So I'm just not even not, especially not with strangers. Like, I can go back and forth with my friends, but niggas I don't know making up jokes about me, baby. I'll do it for your teeth, your hairline, your mama.
I was about to say your
daddy, big toe, all of it.
Sister, brother.
Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely see the value in just staying away. But they let her get away with it, y'all.
Tia Mowry announced on Instagram that she is filing for divorce, or that she and her husband, Corey Harjick, of 14 years are just going their separate ways, she said. Seemed very involved. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's still on her page. But she said, as many people in these situations say, that they're going to focus on co-parenting their gorgeous children and making sure that they can be as happy and healthy as they can to do that moving forward on their new chapter in their lives. as someone who watched Sister Sister since the pilot, watched the game, loved the twins, and
I even watched their reality show.
Maybe seeing Corey in 1 or 2 movies.
I don't see Corey in nothing other than Tia's TikToks.
My hope here, I'm on Team Tia. I'm on Tia's
always
side. And
always.
The girl, they're apparently telling her that she's glowing everywhere.
Oh, yes. Did you see that video?
I sure did.
I said, indeed. Oh, yes, the divorce.
Andy Prince. Yeah,
my indeed. Divorce.
Yeah, that's right. Lift yourself up and love on yourself and self-care and whatever it needs to be. And it needs to, however it needs to happen. And I don't know what's going on with him. I saw that he posted something on his Instagram that said something like, fuck, I can't even properly, I don't want to misquote it. Is it something about acting off? It had something to do with acting off of emotion.
Yeah. And that was my mistake or something like that, which to me just says you got horny and cheated on her and she found out about it.
But he denies that. He said that that's not true.
Okay. That there was no cheating. So then acted off. Did you get randomly violent with her?
When I read it, it felt like he was accusing her. And that's the thing with cryptic weird ass posts. Yeah. It's just like, girl, like,
up to everybody's interpretation.
You know that the streets are going to try and take this apart and like, it's like, I don't know, whatever. But it felt to me when I read it that he was saying that the divorce was an act of emotion. Like, that's the way that I interpreted it anyway, because I had no other anything else to base off of. So it felt to me like he was claiming that she was leaving or choosing to separate, and that was like an act of emotion and it was going to be a mistake or something. That's how I read it. But I have no idea, obviously. I just hope that they're okay and that the kids are okay.
Yeah.
Because the kids are old enough I don't know how old kids need to be affected by that. But their kids are lovely. They seem like nice people. I just hope that they can be at peace. That's it. Especially Tia, because I have loved Tia for so long.
Same. Always
and
been
she
my
seems
fave.
like a genuinely decent person. So
yeah, wishing her the best. At first I thought you meant that like he was saying like, oh, acting off of emotion. And so like they was having an argument. He was like, you know what? Let's just get a divorce. And she was like, oh, you want a divorce? Like, you gonna play with divorce? Like, you gonna throw divorce at me? All right, nigga. I got your divorce, nigga. That's the thing. When you word it like this, and because hers was the whole like, oh, posting this very sweet photo and then this long ass caption about parting ways and staying respectful, co-parenting our beautiful children. And he's like, sometimes mistakes are made. It's like, okay. It's just, to me, it's giving he fucked up and she's being gracious about it. And the fact that she seems so happy, like that interview of her on the red carpet just last week. And she's just like, everybody keeps telling me that they've never seen me glow anymore. Like, I'm absolutely radiating joy and positivity. So that was just what I got from it. But yeah, either
There's
way.
definitely two tones going on.
Yep.
I don't know details, obviously.
Yeah.
But the tones of the delivery and expression of what's going on feel very different.
Exactly.
And Tia at least seems like she's in a decent place. Her sister came out and said that the Mowrys have her back. It's a lot of them. So she seems like she's villaged up and everybody's good on that end. For the sake of the kids, I hope that the dad is also in a good mental space and he's not out here being raggedy.
Yeah, but I would hope.
I read this and I was actually really emotional, but I was also emotional throughout the day. Like, I had watched, I can't say what episode, but I watched a show that had like, it ended in one of those, if you or someone was struggling with thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a black character.
Oh.
And then I watched it and I was like, And so then right after that, I started scrolling on Instagram and like the second post was Tia. And I was like, no way. They've been married for so long. Yeah. I was so sad. And the first thing I thought of was those cute ass kids. Cairo is one of my faves.
Oh, Oh, yeah, they do have cute kids. And I have enjoyed, I feel like I have grown up with the twins in a lot of ways.
A lot of us.
I think they're only a year or two older than me. And so love sister, like you said from the beginning, and have followed them for so long that, I was, especially because, her husband was the black one. So I was rooting.
True.
I was rooting.
Her husband was the black one.
But I'm also in full support of leaving situations that no longer work.
Amen.
So,
preach.
Best of luck to everybody.
Leaving the era of settling behind.
Yes.
We don't.
No more of that.
To do this, you are promised one life.
Yep.
One.
Okay, preacher, you better come through with this word.
None of that. The kids will be all right as long as you pour in yourself enough to pour right back into them. They need love. They need stability.
And divorce is hard.
It is hard for everybody.
It's hard. It's like a very traumatic thing for children to go through. But I would argue that it can be worse to be raised in a home with people who don't want to be together, and it shows.
I would agree with you.
So, good luck. Good luck.
Oh, shit. That's it for the hot tops. That's extra long.
All right. No, we're good. We're right on time. Amen.
All right. Well, let's take a break and come back with your letters.
Hey, y'all. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform for building your brand and growing your business online. You can stand out with a beautiful website, engage your audience, and sell anything. Your products, the content you create, and even your time, girl. Listen, whatever works for you. With member areas, Squarespace makes it easy for creators and educators to monetize their content and expertise in a way that fits your brand. You can unlock a new revenue stream for your business and free up time in your schedule by selling access to gated content like classes, online courses, or newsletters, pictures of your feet, whatever it is you do. It could just www.igotextremelyGorgeoustoes.com, and the people who subscribe get to see every time you get a pedicure. Who knows? Maybe you're a tutor or a trainer, or you thought about being one. Squarespace makes it very easy to add online booking and scheduling for your classes or sessions to your website. This way, your clients can easily see your availability or reschedule if needed, taking the hassle out of coordinating calendars, which is a godsend for those of us who despise picking up the phone or sending an email. Those of us who want to do things independently as much as possible and still support our favorite creators and service providers. That just means everything. And you can display posts from your social profiles on your website or automatically push site content to your favorite social channels so your followers can share it too. Squarespace is really just growing and adapting with the changing needs of the world. So if you're ready to get started, head on over to squarespace.com/read to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch your site, use promo code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/read, promo code READ. Let them know Kid Fury and Crystal sent you, and let's get back to the show.
We're back. We're black. And it's time for your letters.
It sure is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may read them aloud on the show. Our first letter this week comes from Vanessa, Miss Vanjie. Not literally. Vanjie. Not literally Vanjie. I would scream, cry, and die. But Vanessa says, "Hey, Kid Fury and Crystal, I haven't spoken to my friends in a month and a half because of a fight that two of us had. We were drunk and walking back from a bar in Brooklyn. Yep. After an entire day of day drinking, when we got we'll do it. When we got on the topic of relationships, my friend
this is so primed and ready for beef.
My friend was talking about how she feels a void without being in a romantic relationship, and I responded with so many ways that she can still find fulfillment, like her great job and her great friends. However, the conversation began to escalate when she said that I wouldn't understand because I've always been in relationships, and threw in a little jab like sometimes at the same time. I became defensive because she was accusing me of being a cheater, and she could have made her point without saying that. And why would you even say that? So then I explained to her that what may have seemed like my relationships overlapping was actually just a delay between when the breakup happened and when I told my friends about it. Okay.
We
continued to go back and forth until I eventually gave up and agreed to disagree and told her to just stop mentioning me and my relationship altogether. But she kept throwing jabs about my relationship and my relationship history. So I snapped and said, "You talking a lot of shit about me and my relationship for somebody who don't have one because her boyfriend is dead."
Oh, God.
I instantly regretted saying
what?
it. We had a few more words and then we all went our separate ways.
You had a few more words?
There's some choice details that you're leaving out, Vanessa. But we continue. I know this was a fucked up thing to say and that I took things too far. I was drunk, angry, and felt attacked in the context of relationships, so I reacted in the same context, not thinking about how this is obviously different for her. I felt like shit since it happened, and my anxiety and shame have kept me from reaching out to her. Plus, she has me blocked on everything, and rightfully so. I want to sincerely apologize because my friends are my chosen family, and I feel like a piece of me is missing without them, but I don't know if it's worth it since it's been so long, and the only way I could reach her would be email. I also don't know if she cares or would ever want to hear from me again. If you were me, would you still try to speak to your friend? Would you just accept the loss? Please let me know your thoughts. Thanks, Vanessa.
Oh, if I were you.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
This has been 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago that you said this. So would you still try to reach out to your ex-friend? Would you try to apologize?
You have not reached out or apologized yet.
Because of, Vanessa says, the anxiety and shame have kept them from reaching out to this friend. Baby.
Okay. What's this person's name?
Vanessa.
Hey, man. So here's the thing. The way that I was flabbergasted at that we exchanged a few more words, because there wouldn't have been an exchange of any further words.
Mm-mm.
The only thing that would have been exchanged is the position of your nose with my knuckles. I would have whooped your ass directly in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Especially if we were drunk.
Especially.
Now,
oh God.
At this point, all I can say is, at least you know you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say dead wrong, but that felt inappropriate.
Okay. All right.
You know you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's step one. I think at this point, the best thing you can do is maybe send like a text, email, or even a handwritten letter.
Oh, yeah.
Explain that you're trash.
Mm-hmm.
And that your alleged anxiety and shame is the reason for the delay in an apology. Because at this point, you're dead to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but I don't know how petty your friend is. Clearly not as petty as you. But I think that I would have to definitely acknowledge the fact that it has been a month and a half since this horrible statement that I made, and that I'm blaming it on nerves, anxiety, and stuff, which I buy. I don't find
you said something
an
that
excuse.
fucks up. I fully understand that you feel anxiety and shame about saying that. I do.
Because what really can be said?
Yeah. There's no taking that back.
And you shouldn't attempt to. I think what you need to do is acknowledge the delay, acknowledge that you were wrong, and acknowledge why you were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that some people miss that step. I think that sometimes in apologies, you just be like, oh, I'm sorry that this thing happened. And there's a lack of understanding that what the problem actually is.
Right.
There's a lack of acknowledgement of what the problem actually is, which leaves room for future error in the exact same ways. So it's like, girl, sometimes you not just acknowledging that you know you're wrong, but acknowledging and not necessarily breaking down, but just acknowledging why.
Yep. Just say it.
Just saying the reasons why this thing was fucked up. Not just that it's fucked up. Because sometimes it helps to fully encompass like the ways you are understanding.
Yep.
Now, I'm still stuck on whether or not I would add this last bit, because sometimes don't nobody want to hear this shit. Yeah, you know what? Don't nobody want to hear this shit. What I was going to say was, like, you know, you can leave room for there shouldn't be an attempt at, like, a makeup here.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and that's why I say don't say it, because sometimes I think like when people say shit like, you don't have to forgive me, we don't have to be friends, I feel like it puts pressure on that person to like make some sort of decision or like look at you from a certain perspective that is just manipulative. So it's like, don't nobody really want to hear that. You can just acknowledge that you were fucked up, acknowledge that it was wrong, acknowledge that you took too long to say something and why, you know what I'm saying? And just wish her the best and peace and leave it at that. And however it is that she decides to respond, if she decides to respond, is up to her. But I would say what you said was so goddamn fucked up that if this girl never wants to speak to you again and never does, you're going to have to just take that L.
Yeah. And it kind of sounds like, well, I mean, so first of all, saying, you know, oh, you don't have to forgive me is kind of like, bitch, I know that. That's going to piss me off. You don't have to tell me I don't have to forgive you because I know I don't have to forgive you.
Duh.
I know I don't have to be your friend again. That's up to me. Like, I know that. So you saying that is just going to get on my nerves. But, I mean, this is really bad. This is some low shit. Yeah. I can't believe. And it sounds like you actually lost all of your friends behind this. It sounds like everybody immediately sided with her, which is just even more of that's a difficult thing to go through. So I'm really reaching to like find the empathy for you right now, because it's hard to fuck up like this and to pay the cost so dearly. You are really paying the cost. I don't know what I would do if I lost a huge chunk of my friends all at once because of something I did. Something that was completely avoidable. Like, I didn't have to be that person and I just chose to be that girl.
Like, literally all my fault.
Yeah. So I completely agree with Kifiri. I was thinking an email would be best, but I actually really love your idea of a handwritten letter. Because especially, you know, make sure you put your name and return address on the envelope or whatever, so that when she gets the mail, she sees it's from you and she can decide when she wants to open it and read it. If she wants to open it, she might just shred it, throw it away. But like, I really like the idea because you're giving her the chance to decide when and if she wants to look at this or accept your apology or read your explanation. And also you can convey a lot of, I feel like handwriting things really conveys emotion in a way that email does not.
It's true.
It's just much more personal to handwrite something. And it's very, you know, it's vintage. People don't do that as a regular method of communication anymore. So I would write her a very heartfelt letter, not, again, leaving out the, oh, you don't have to forgive me. And also not making too many excuses. Like, you were drunk and feeling triggered and threatened by whatever. Like, obviously you have your own. And it sounds like both of y'all, like neither one of y'all kept this going when it shouldn't have had to. I would love to hear her side of it, or even better, one of the third party friends. I would love to hear one of them niggas side.
Right.
Because the whole, we had a few more words, bitch, I need to know what she did after you. Like, I feel like this bitch must have raged. She must have absolutely blacked out on your ass. I just can't fathom. And the way that like everybody, like you haven't talked to none of your friends in 6 weeks, baby, they done started a whole new group chat about you.
That's a fact.
Because
that was fucked up.
I would accept the loss, but I would also write the letter because I really want to, for myself, I would write the letter. Like, no, I'm not going to make up for it, but I'm going to do the best I can. Like Kodak Black, you can't make up for blaming this girl, but you can apologize in the best way you know how. And let that be right there. Will that girl ever accept Kodak Black's apology? Who knows? Who cares? But it was something he should have done anyway.
Exactly.
And this is something you should do regardless, Vanessa.
Exactly.
And maybe, I don't know. I feel like you need to take a good hard look at yourself and what made you get that far. Because I'm sorry. You didn't say how old you are, but Jesus Christ. That's so fucked up. That is so fucked up. If you lose all your friends behind this, I won't be surprised. Yeah. Because like, how am I going to be close to you knowing that if you get mad enough, you'll throw my fucking traumatic events back in my face? Like,
if you would throw that in my face, bitch.
Baby, you'll throw anything.
You will say anything about me.
That is some heartless shit, Vanessa. So good luck with, picking up the pieces, forgiving yourself and moving on. And, but yeah, I say write that letter, handwrite it. And good luck moving on. It's hard, but goddamn, girl. Woo! Bitch, you learned. Woo! Goddamn. Okay. Next letter comes from SJ, who says, my mother passed away earlier this year after 15 days in the ICU. She was having surgery, fell into a coma, and never woke up. My mother was my very best friend in the world, and I think I will forever be devastated by her loss. The issue comes down to me and my boyfriend. We've been in a relationship for 5 years. He's 25 and I'm 26. We grew up very differently. I had freedom and support while he was sheltered in a super religious household where he can't do anything without permission from his father. He still lives at home and won't move out until he's married. And he didn't even tell his parents. What? And he didn't even tell his parents we were dating until a year ago.
And they've been together for 5.
Yeah. He's 25. She's 26. The day after my mom's surgery, when we found out that it didn't go well and she was in a coma that she wouldn't wake up from, I called my boyfriend and said I needed him here now. He initially said, okay, I'm coming. Then later that day told me that his dad wouldn't let him because his dad doesn't know my family and doesn't trust us. My boyfriend didn't come until 9 days later, 6 days before my mom passed, when I really just needed his support and presence. The two of them also had a great relationship. So I really wanted us all to be together one last time. Whew. I felt then and still feel so let down and disrespected by him and his family. He's an adult, my partner of 5 years, and when I needed him the most, he didn't show up. If roles were reversed, he and I both know that I would be there in a heartbeat. Even though I understand why he couldn't come, I'm harboring a lot of resentment and I fear I have lost respect for him. I know I need therapy for my grief, but am I wrong for feeling the way I do? Do you guys think I'm overreacting? Do you think a relationship can survive this type of situation? Any advice would help. I am so lost. Thanks so much. XOXO SJ. SJ. Maybe that's like Sarah Jane. I don't know. But
girl, fuck this nigga. Fuck him. Fuck his daddy. Fuck everything else they got going on over there. What the actual fuck are you talking about? Now, I know y'all are young. And so you asked 3 questions. I don't remember the first one, but I know the answer to my question. The answers for me in sequence were no, yes. Maybe,
right.
no, maybe.
Yeah.
That last question was this, like, can a relationship survive something like this? Absolutely, dude. It's just going to take a lot of work. Do I believe that you have the energy or bandwidth for that type of work at 25 and 26? I don't know.
That's a very good point.
Do I believe that you need it? I don't know. Got a lot of time. Got a lot of, God willing, a lot of years ahead of you. And I think that these red flags are flagging. Now, I'm I've been with you for 20. I've been with you for 5 whole years at this point.
Yeah.
First of all, the fact that you didn't even say anything to your family about me until a year ago is questionable. And that's more questionable. That's more me questioning you.
Yeah.
Not them. They could be super religious and conservative and weird and whatever the fuck. And that's your goddamn problem. That ain't got nothing to do with you being dishonest with them and telling them just a year ago we've been dating for 5. Of course, they don't know shit about me. Like, but for you to know what I'm going through and choose your whack ass, cap ass, weird ass daddy's opinion over being there for me when I'm in probably the lowest place I've been emotionally.
Right. In my
scariest place.
Yeah.
I felt when she said that she thinks she's lost respect. Cause like I don't know, like the weird shit about the family not knowing or him living with the family, like all of that kind of stuff can be adjusted, but like I don't respect you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I respect you because of how you are moving.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, you know that if the roles were reversed, I would have been there laying flowers around, bringing people tea, massaging feet, doing just the extras to like me, a single bitch who really don't like nobody in my face, although I still have feelings and stuff like that. Maybe I should shut the fuck up. But the scales ain't balanced enough for me out here. Just watching. But just watching. Just doing a little gazing, a little bit of observing. Y'all go out here and do whole backflips, whole open heart surgeries, do all kinds of things to make sure the nigga is not uncomfortable. And what does he do? Leave you to cry and burn down your kitchen trying to make tacos. I'm tired. You ain't tired? Because I'm tired. Just listening. And I don't even be in the shit and I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Tell that nigga to burn rubber. Beat it. I don't ever want to motherfucker talk to you at this point. I'm young enough, pruned enough.
Go off, pruned. 26, that's still young and fine.
I'm young and pruned enough to get back out here and find a nigga who is not going to be up underneath his daddy and his motherfucking opinions about me when I'm literally sitting and like by my mama in a hospital. She's comatose. Are you fucking stupid, girl?
Yeah.
No, you're fine. You're not married to this nigga. Y'all don't have kids. Tell that nigga to beat dust. Kick stones.
So obviously I'm almost always on team break up with him. And if you chose to leave him, I don't see anything wrong with that. I will say there are a couple of things here that give me some hope. A couple. One is that y'all are very young. And
all the more reason to leave a nigga.
It's hard to overemphasize the effects that our families have on us. If he grew up in a very sheltered, very religious household, he still lives at home. It's very difficult for him to break away from his family's rules and expectations for him. So there is that. There is also the fact that he did actually show up. It took him 9 days, which that was 9 days that you were dealing with this absolute shit situation without the support of the person who should have been there. So like, not excusing that. But at some point he did say, listen, y'all are just going to have to be mad, but I have to go be with my woman because she is going through it right now. And y'all did have a few days together before your mother passed away. I'm assuming he was there afterwards and all that. So he didn't miss it all together, which is the other tiny sliver of light that I can see in this situation. And I don't want SJ to undervalue the grief here. Like, you said your mother was your best friend in the whole world. You lost her after a surgery. Like, she put in some extra details that like the doctors thought that this was going to go very well and it was going to be like not they thought that the mother was going to come through, basically. Like, everybody felt good about this. And so for you to then lose her like this, like, that is huge for you. That's extremely devastating. So you said, like, I know I need therapy for my grief, but I'm like, no, but like, let's go back to that. Cause This is a big thing that happened to you. Losing parents for most people is extremely traumatic. And then losing yours at such a young age and in this manner, like, that is a lot. So I want you to, first and foremost, be extremely gracious with yourself, patient with yourself. It's fine to have conflicting or confusing feelings about this nigga because it was conflicting and confusing behavior. So can a relationship survive? Yes, but I also think, like Kid Fury said, y'all are really gonna have to put the work and the effort into it. And if you don't want to, then that is completely up to you. And I'm gonna cheer you on either way. But I don't think he's necessarily completely hopeless. I think he's trying to break out of some conditioning that has been extremely hard for him. That's hard.
I guess you're right.
To go. I'm literally only giving him this grace because he's 25 years old. If he was 38,
you're right.
I would be like, change the goddamn locks.
You're very right. That's around the age that a lot of us have.
And so
a transformation.
What is he doing now? Is he saying, okay, you know what? Like, they obeying my family in this situation because, oh, my dad don't know them and he don't trust them. So like, that kept me away from a woman who had always shown me love, somebody I had a good relationship with, the mother of my girlfriend who I love. Like, that kept me away from the woman I adore while she's grieving and going through the worst shit of her life. Like, and I wasn't there because of y'all and y'all shit. Like, so if this is like a catalyst for him to be like, maybe it's time for me to grow up and move away from that shit. And like, maybe what my parents say isn't always best. And maybe it's actually sometimes really fucking harmful. Then I think y'all are moving. Then I think it's much more likely that y'all can move past this. But if not, if he's still arguing with you about, oh, well, my dad said, like, okay, I don't have time for that. You saw what I went through. You see what I'm going through. Like, you just lost her a few months ago. You see what I'm going through. You either gonna be here for me, you're either choosing me or you're not.
Right.
Either way, I got to take care of me. So, but best of luck to you, little sis. Let us know how it goes. Our last question comes from Maria, who says, I want to know if I'm wrong in this situation. You probably not, but let's keep reading. My boyfriend and I are going to Connecticut for his family's wedding. We don't get to spend much time together since I moved back home and he lives an hour away with some relatives. So I've been looking forward to spending this time with him. I got us a rental car and we booked a hotel for the weekend. After I rented the car, he agreed to give his cousin a ride to the airport 40 minutes away and to pick up his mama and another cousin at a different airport an hour away. Mind you, we will be arriving at 9 p.m. and I really don't want to spend the whole night driving. And it bothers me that I'm the one whose idea it was to rent the car because I didn't want to rely on nobody for a ride. But now we the ones giving rides on my time and my dime. I got so annoyed about it that I didn't even say anything when he told me about agreeing to give his cousin a ride. Am I being irrational? How would y'all handle this situation? I'm starting to think that he will want to spend the entire time with his family when we were supposed to be spending time alone since we never do. What if I wanted to get freaky in the car?
Okay. Well,
not sure what to do about this situation. Would really appreciate any advice. Thanks. Love you guys, Maria.
Well, Maria, do I think that you are in the wrong?
You don't want to carry his family all around Connecticut on the weekend? Y'all were supposed to be spending together? I don't know, girl.
Not sure. Let me think about it.
I think the one thing here is that like y'all are going for his family's wedding. So that's the only thing that has me like, yeah, we were going to spend a bunch of time with his family and not necessarily alone because we're going for this family event. That is the only thing I can think of as far as like that argument of, am I wrong?
I'm the one who thought to get this car.
And pay for it.
I'm the one who spent the money to get this car.
Yeah.
respectfully, I don't give a fuck about your family. What are we doing here?
Damn.
If you wanted to be Ray, then all you had to do was say that. But you should have paid for and gotten your limo.
Oh my God.
On your own. Don't come over to,
Yep.
to Lisa Landry's empire and disturb it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to fuck you. I don't I'm over it.
Yeah.
Sorry, dropped my mic.
What did you do to that mic?
I had a spasm.
Designs by Lisa ain't got nothing to do with this, though. Leave me out of it. You cart your family around.
I just feel like where you lost me at was, well, no, because I've been this person, but where we maybe should have taken a different turn is that I was so upset or I felt some type of way or whatever that I just didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Say it.
No. We're piping up. That's the season.
Absolutely.
There is a specific reason that I spent this money and this time getting this vehicle. And it was not to take your motherfucking cousins down to departure. It wasn't. I don't give a fuck about that.
Right.
All right. So now if that's what you want to do, we can pull over and we can work on figuring out some Ubering and some lifting or whatever. And you can go and figure that out. And I'll drive to wherever the fuck I want. I will literally ride this bitch out to the gas or that gas ends or Renaissance ends. Who knows? Because I'm not playing it once. But what I'm not doing is using my money in a goddamn car that I rented to hang out with your stupid ass to cart your whole fucking family around the state. Bitch, you must be dizzy. I don't know what's wrong with niggas. And then y'all be fucking them anyway. I'm lost.
So my thing is, how you gonna volunteer my shit?
It's not mathing.
How you gonna be like,
it's not geometrying.
Oh yeah, sure. We'll take you 40 minutes away. Sure. We'll take your mom to a different airport an hour away and pick up a whole nother cousin. Like, how you gonna volunteer when it's not your car, you didn't rent it or nothing? So no, you're not being irrational because he doesn't have the right to volunteer the shit that you paid for.
Where is it?
The car is in your name. You paid for it. So no, you don't get to decide what the car is going to be doing. I get to decide that.
Me.
So he absolutely should have talked to you about it first. And the fact that he was just I guess he just assumed you was going to be down. Nigga.
Why? Probably because he be doing aggravating dumbass shit.
Probably
and
do.
You get mad and don't say nothing.
And girl, what if I wanted to get freaky in the car? Baby, let me tell you something about getting freaky in the car. That is...
Yeah. Let's not overlook that portion.
Y'all, first of all, y'all booked a hotel for the weekend. So the only thing I'm thinking of I'm thinking maybe you wanted to suck his dick while he was driving or something. I don't know why y'all have that particular fantasy, but you shouldn't be sucking dick in a car that you paid for. Not a rental.
Rental.
At the bare minimum, let that nigga pay for the rental if you're going to be sucking dick in the car. At the bare minimum, girl. Or don't suck dick in the car. I mean, because y'all cause accidents with that. It's not, just suck dick in the hotel room. Just get freaky in the hotel room. Them people over at Avis, Hertz, Dollar, they don't deserve to have to clean up that nigga's fucking baby batter that got dried up underneath the steering wheel or whatever. But if you were going to do it, at least let him fucking pay for the car. I just wanted to, as soon as I saw that, I said, the girls are losing. You need to go back. Have you heard of Trina? You need to go back to 1998.
It's just all the books, the guidelines, everything is
The
just
girls have
walkthroughs,
received so much guidance, and they're
TED
still
Talks, and
lost.
you just don't want it. It's like, what more am I supposed to do?
So how would I handle the situation? I'm spending my money to go to his family's wedding. I'm going to say something. I know you said you were so annoyed that you didn't. If I were you, if this wedding hasn't happened yet, I would absolutely say something. Period. I'm not finna have a whole attitude. Then bringing everybody else's mood down. Like, everybody came for a wedding. It's a celebration. Everybody's happy, ready to party, turn up. And I got a whole fucking attitude bringing the mood down because of this nigga. Say something before y'all leave.
Because you know he's going to be having a good time.
Listen. Y'all gonna get to the wedding. He gonna get drunk with his fucking people. You're gonna be at the table with the other girlfriends, picking at your overcooked shrimp and thinking about how mad you are at this man. When he talked about going out after the wedding to the club with his friends and you thought y'all was gonna be laid up watching Lifetime, then what? Communication is key, especially when you have an issue. So definitely say something. And it sounds like you thought, oh, we'll be spending time together. We don't get a lot of time together. And it sounds like he was like, yo, we going to my cousin's wedding. I'm finna get fucked up. So like a lot of really honest conversations about what you feel, what your expectations are you can avoid all of this. And a cute, I don't know what your mom and them gonna do, but not my rental car. Maybe he can put in on the car. Like pay for half of it or all of it. Maybe he can pay for the gas for it. I know times are hard. Inflation is beating everybody's ass right now, but you don't get to volunteer my shit. You don't. Boyfriend, husband, best friend, whoever. You don't get to do that. You owe me a conversation first. So I would start with that and let the conversation, go from there. But definitely say something before y'all leave. That's my advice.
Start breastfeeding these niggas at this point.
I'm like, have they just completely abandoned the teachings of our foremothers? I don't understand.
It's like, how is this even happening? I
know we're in a different economy now, and one person can't be expected to pay for everything in most situations, but baby, letting a nigga take control over something you paid for?
Hate to see it.
Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely not, Mowry. Not my Jesus. Not over here in my Black American home. We won't be doing that. So
I'm hurting niggas' feelings for fun. Because it's Thursday.
I be hurting niggas' feelings on accident. I don't even know I'm doing it until I see the look of despair in their faces. And I'm like, oh, damn.
Don't make me know, never mind.
So yeah, Maria, say something and please let us know how that conversation goes. That is going to wrap up the letters for this week. If you have a question for us, send it on over to asktheread@gmail.com. We're going to take another quick break and be right back.
When it comes to therapy and psychiatry, getting the help that you need has never been as simple as it is with Talkspace. With Talkspace, you're able to access your provider from the comfort of your device so that mental health care can be on your schedule, on your time, on your flow, on your journey. Girly. Talkspace lets you send messages to your dedicated therapist on the Talkspace platform, which allows you to update them on the challenges and triumphs that you're facing in real time. You don't have to wait for your next session. It's just like, I say all the time, we're in an on-demand era. Everything is that's our version of convenience today. So having someone at your fingertips that you can speak to about all types of different things. They have 40 different specialties, or over 40 specialties, including depression, anxiety, relationship issues, so much more. So if you're depressed because life just overall sucks, as I can relate to, if you're anxious because the world is on fire and ridiculous, as I can relate to, or if you just want to call or speak to somebody because your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your person at home, your lover, is just driving you wild. They won't stop chewing and it's aggravating you. Someone will talk to you about it. As a listener of the podcast, you'll get $100 off of your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com/read. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com/read to get $100 off of your first month and show your support for the show. That is Talkspace.com/read. Chat them up, get some help. Let's move on.
Hey, y'all, did you know there are currently over 2.4 million podcasts in the world, including this one, The Read? That's right, and more every day. It takes a team of people to help bring these podcasts together, most of them. And needless to say, hiring the right people for these roles is important. Like, shout out to Dwayne, our incredible editor. He makes sports shorts into something that almost sounds legitimate. He is just so good at what he does. And
Wow.
so
Okay.
whether you're hiring for a podcast or for your growing
Shade,
business,
but yeah.
there's only one place that makes it easy, and that's ZipRecruiter. You can try ZipRecruiter for free over at ZipRecruiter.com/theread. They use their powerful technology to find and match the right candidates up with your job. Like Dwayne, nobody could be better for that job. And ZipRecruiter has a complete suite of tools that makes it easy to filter, review, and rate your candidates. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So if you're a fan of this podcast and you want to try ZipRecruiter for free today, head on over to ZipRecruiter.com/theread. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/THEREAD. ZipRecruiter is the smartest way to hire. So go ahead and hire. And let's wrap up the show.
Okay, folks, we're here, we're queer, and we're ready to read.
We are.
I will begin because I don't really have that much. Sure.
Okay. All right.
First,
Love the way you lie.
Antonio Brown. I don't know what it's gonna take. You know what? This read isn't even as much for Antonio Brown as it is for others. But in the process and the journey to that, let me say, Antonio, AB, as they call you, I don't know exactly what the intention or what the inspiration behind you being ass naked in a pool in Dubai and throwing your literal bare butt cheeks in a white woman's face. I don't know what that was.
Nope.
I don't know why that was supposed to be funny. Now, the sight of you lifting up this white woman and dunking her into the pool in front of you like a football. Someone who's generally not a fan of white women, wish I could say I saw the humor in that too.
Yeah.
You flashing your nude penis at this person and everybody else in the pool and around the pool for that matter, including your guests. What are you doing? Why do niggas like you get money and plane trips to places like Dubai and Abu Dhabi and then act as if you have like no sense or white privilege?
Well,
and then you tried to come back on the internet afterwards and flip it around and talk about if the roles were reversed and clearly she had my draws and all this other stuff. Like, that doesn't explain the reports of this individual and several others who were complaining about this behavior, about your dick flashing in the pool, about other shit that you had been doing in the hotel the whole last time. You walking around acting like you can do whatever the fuck you want to, like you're completely unstoppable, like you have no bounds and no boundaries because you have money, like a lot of rich niggas are doing these days. And then when anybody calls you out for it, it's like, oh my goodness, the black man. We can't. What are you? Anyways. To the niggas who were recording this and egging him on the entire time and laughing and saying that he waterboarded this woman and like, What is y'all's like specifically? What is y'all's problem? Like some of you niggas, I promise you, it is okay to tell your homeboy straight to straight that he is fucking wildin' and needs to calm down. It is. You will be fine, diva. I promise you. Mm-hmm. It is okay to say, hey, friend, put your cock away. You look crazy.
Go off, cack.
This is illegal. Y'all literally shower niggas in praise for doing all kinds of wild, a lot of times illegal, violent things. And then when anyone has the nerve to be like, this nigga's violent, it's like,
how dare you?
Oppression? I have no, like, y'all are lost and I have no desire to see you found. That's one. Two, to the paparazzi person that found Nia Long outside of wherever she was exiting the other day and followed her while she was with her son, asking her questions about her soon-to-be ex-husband.
Yeah.
Go directly to hell. I want you to be dragged to hell by hooks and chains.
Yes.
There's a new Hellraiser coming out this weekend. I'm excited.
Oh.
You know that. It's fine. I just think like really following people specifically in moments of like stress, turmoil, and especially people who like don't seem to have done anything wrong. And sticking a camera in their face for other people's entertainment or gossip and stuff like that. Like, I understand that it's a business. I understand why. And there's a whole trail of people you could point fingers at.
Yes.
You still, as an individual, have to make the conscious decision to go and seek these people out and record them and take the footage, sell the footage, and the following. You are asking this woman who is still in the middle of all of this drama, and a lot of us still don't know how bad this story with her husband is.
Yeah, we still don't know the details.
But it sounds real bad. The girlies, even in this case, the girlies try to jump forward and be like, no, I'm defending my straight nigga, I'm defending my own, and my bro, all the niggas be out here fucking or whatever. Yeah. Only to come back a smooth 36 hours later and be like, I don't know him, I don't know her, I don't even play basketball. I don't know nothing about what y'all are talking about. So it's clearly bad.
Yeah. Came back like, in hindsight, I made some comments without thinking. And really, I should have calmed down first and gotten all the facts. Like, niggas cleaned that up real quick. So
whatever is going on is obviously not great.
Yeah.
Right? But for you to be following this woman when she is with her child that she has with this nigga and be asking, is there going to be reconciliation? Which Nia was like, so we know the energy over there. But I just find that to be particularly disgusting.
Yeah.
Particularly disgusting. It would have been like annoying and blood-sucking and vulture-y enough to be doing it if she was just walking out of a Jamba Juice or whatever by herself. But she's with her child. And you got a camera in her face in broad daylight for TMZ or whoever the fuck. Go straight directly to Hades, bitch.
Clock in.
You have to be a complete freak to think that type of shit is like acceptable or it's just my job. It's just my job. Fuck you and your job, bitch.
Woo.
No discernment, no like compassion, like no humanity, no nothing. Like this child is right there. No, thank you, friend. Absolutely no brautopsies. None. That's it. I'm done.
I'm
Fuck
so
all of
glad.
the above.
I'm really glad you brought that up because this clip of TMZ and Nia Long, the paparazzi chasing her down, and even after, like, she was incredibly gracious and said, you know, I don't have a comment about that. The fact that this man continued to follow her and ask her questions, even though she said she didn't have a comment and she was with her child, really pissed me off. But it was part of a greater read about TMZ altogether, because
Let's do it.
I feel like TMZ gets away with a lot because them niggas be right. They be right more often than they're wrong, especially in recent years, I would say in the last almost a decade. They've been right more than they were wrong. But they're right because they pay everybody in Los Angeles to report whatever is going on with anybody. Somebody saw Nia Long at fucking Sprouts with her child and texted a TMZ paparazzi who was there in 45 seconds, I'm sure. But this is not even... So it's not even just the things they do, like with their paparazzi. It's also the way that they will frame their quote unquote news stories in order to get as many clicks and hits as fucking possible. So first of all, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie been getting divorced for a while. This story came out about... Well, so this story came out about like some domestic violence shit that happened back in 2016.
Oh, yeah. I heard about this.
So the actual filing that Angelina Jolie, this lawsuit, whatever it is, these court documents, talk about Brad Pitt physically abusing the children, choking one of them, hitting him in the face, grabbing Angelina by her hair, shaking her around, pouring beer and wine on the kids. Like, while they're on a plane from France to California. So like a long goddamn flight anyway, but then everybody having to endure this physical and emotional abuse on the fucking flight. TMZ said Angelina Jolie is on a smear campaign against Brad Pitt, hashing and rehashing the same allegations she's made for years, allegations that have fallen flat with authorities. This, according to sources close to Brad.
What?
That's how they get away with their shit. They say the most awful, terrible things and be like, according to friends of this very wretched person who has done these horrible things, he's completely innocent. Well, no shit, girl. Like, and when these friends and these sources are anonymous, you can say whatever you want to. Again, they wrote that tweet like that, like, oh, she's doing all this shit that the authorities don't care about. According to Brad's friends, she's been doing it for years. They do that on Twitter or Instagram or whatever else so that you will engage with the tweet, so that you engage with the post, so that you click through. And then as you're reading it, you see somebody else's businesses that they done fucking dove into. And so you continue to spend more time on their site and you go to them for your number one source of celebrity bullshit. Like, they do that shit on purpose. And they did it to Vanessa Bryant. This I found particularly disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
Because if you remember, TMZ is the reason Vanessa found out that Kobe and her baby were dead before she even had the chance to be notified. They wrote a tweet about Vanessa Bryant at the Bad Bunny concert that said, Vanessa Bryant crashes the Bad Bunny concert in LA, renting out a whole VIP suite for just herself and one friend, it seems. So, first of all, Vanessa Bryant can't crash a concert, especially when, according to your own words, she rented out a fucking VIP suite. That's not crashing. She literally paid to be there. She's invited.
I'm confused.
She's allowed.
What?
Like, the VIP suite means that she and whoever the fuck else she wants to invite can be in there. And
is she and Bad Bunny beefing?
Like you say that like she went on stage and he had no idea. Like, you said that and it was like, I'm sorry, Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish. But like, it wasn't nothing like that.
What?
Vanessa paid for a private suite like most celebrities do at big shows like this. And she and her friends went to have a good fucking time. And don't think that I didn't notice how extremely goddamn tacky it was to use the word crash in this situation. And I know it was deliberate. I know it was, because she didn't even crash the show. Like,
it doesn't make any sense.
You only say that if you want to pour salt in the wound of what this woman has already gone through. Oh, Vanessa Bryant crashed the Bad Bunny show. No, she didn't. Like, she very didn't. She paid to be there. And even if she didn't pay, even if she was gifted the VIP suite, she didn't crash nothing. You said that so people would engage. You said that so people would click through and read your fucking story and watch your videos. You know, good and goddamn well she didn't do that. But y'all will do anything for money. And that's the shit that I don't fuck with. Anything. The woman lost her baby. Her fucking child. How heartless can you be? How fucking terrible of a person do you have to be?
Nobody cares.
What's his name? Henry Levin?
No, fucking.
Whatever he is. When he dies, Sam will be like, my nigga, I thought you'd never show up. Y'all are working hand in hand. That's some tandem bullshit.
The devil will be like, they would not stop asking me when you would get here. And I'm like, girl.
We've been waiting on you for a long time.
She's working. She's
horrible
working.
Person. Absolutely wretched person. And then the Nia Long shit, which we already been through. But like, baby, ban TMZ. Get TMZ the fuck out of here. And I'm not even blaming people for engaging, arguing with them, clicking through to read the whole story anyway, because that's what you're supposed to do. Like, if you want to get all the details, you're supposed to click through and read the story. I don't blame y'all. I blame them because they're TM fucking Z and people will watch anyway. People will click anyway. You don't have to be horrible like this about people. You choose to do it. That's what pisses me off. And speaking of pissing me off, LeBron James decided to post himself jigging to that.
What did LeBron James do?
Oh, he decided to post himself. I think he's driving and also recording and also dancing. It seems like a weird combination of things to me for a nigga who's pushing 40, but he definitely decided to post himself, I guess you could call it dancing, in his car along to some song by that violent, little fourth grader size nigga, Tory Lanez, talking about Tory Lanez and then like the cold emoji and like, oh, this shit slap, bro. And so he's just vibing to whatever the fuck Tory Lanez has going on. And I'm just like, really?
Okay.
I don't know why I expected better out of LeBron. I don't know. But I am so disgusted with niggas choosing. Again, like, nobody is forcing LeBron James to listen to Tory Lanez. And even if you do listen to Tory Lanez, for damn sure, nobody is making you record yourself and post that shit on Instagram. So why do it? Support Tory Lanez for what? For what? The song is not even that good. For what? Just to make sure that this black man knows that another very rich and famous and powerful black man has his back, despite the fact that he shot Meg and continues to be a menace to others. Like,
that's yes.
For what?
Shot a woman, but then also has been a nuisance since.
Right.
I just read something about a hit and run like earlier today. Like,
did you see that video of him? I guess he was on some nigga show, a podcast or something, talking about how he not going back and forth with people on the internet because he's facing 24 years in jail. And I hope you get every goddamn day. I hope you get every millisecond of that time.
It sucks that it took you this long to reach that perspective.
Talking about that's next month. And I hope it happens. I hope you get locked up right before the holidays and you stay locked up for the rest of your life. It's what you deserve. And more than anything, I wish that while this was going on, he got kicked out of this goddamn country and sent back to Canada, because I have a feeling that not being allowed to be in America would be more of a punishment to him right now than whatever stress he's going through waiting on the results of this trial, waiting to find out about his sentencing and whatever else. I have a feeling that not being able to tour, do random shows, not being able to go on nigga podcasts and all that, I feel like that would hurt him more than, because he was on this show talking about, I mean, I know I make it look good, but I'm facing 24 years. And then this dick eating ass interview was being under the stress of facing a quarter century in jail, I guess.
I disagree.
And other niggas like, damn, yeah, you don't look pressed at all, my nigga. You looking mad good, skin glistening, gleaming. I mean, he not,
he just jumped a nigga for not shaking his hand.
Like, again, what was the fucking reason? LeBron, really? And I don't know why. When I saw this video, I was like, why did I have higher expectations of LeBron James? I don't know.
I honestly think, though, that there is like an Illuminati I think that that niggas in the industry have group chats where they're like, help me out, like the non-hetero males are, beefing with me. They don't like me because of some shit that I did. They expect me to take accountability and fuck that. And so,
the Alphabet Mafia is on my ass.
Here's what I want you to tweet. Because it's like, even like I saw the baby said some shit about he's being blackballed, and then had like 2-3 niggas after that talking about the baby's being blackballed. The baby's being blackballed. Like, duh, nigga. The nigga went on live on the stage and said some stupid ass homophobic horrible ass shit. And so
it's what she deserves.
13 stages past that were like, please don't come over here with that because it's going to cost us money and energy and press. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean? That's not how blackballing even works. But again, it reminds me of everybody posting that screenshot of them ugly ass shoes. It reminds me of like motherfuckers like even trying to. Okay, I'm done. I honestly think though that the girlies text each other and are like, "Big bro, help!"
Absolutely, yep.
And someone might. And LeBron was.
I need somebody. Like,
right.
Literally, that's what y'all do. So, extremely disappointed in LeBron James, but I don't know why. I don't know why. I really don't. I can't tell you why I feel a way about that. I just do.
Sidebar, real quick, back to the toddler. How would you, like... You try to excuse them low sales by saying that she was blackballed. Who knew that this album was coming out? What was the rollout?
Come on.
What are you talking about? You dressed up like the Crypt Keeper, said that you fucked Megan Thee Stallion and that your album was out and it sold bricks. And then you're like, oh my goodness, I'm blackballed. Who the fuck knew that you had an album? Seriously, what was the rollout for this project? Because I didn't hear anything. I saw him dressed like an orc, and then he said he fucked Megan Thee Stallion, and the album was out and it didn't sell. So how did you promote it? Because it doesn't feel like you did. Past saying that you fucked Megan Thee Stallion, which.
And then I don't even know if you saw, Meek Mill was like, I don't know if y'all peeping it, but the baby getting blackballed by the industry.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Calm down. What?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, the way I thought you was talking about Tory. The way there's two short little niggas who don't know how to act. Both of them. Niggas both of them. They getting mistreated.
All of these niggas. Him, Kanye, Tory, all of them.
Lord.
I honestly think that they be texting each other and be like, hey, big bro, help, bro.
Lord, just free us from niggas.
Kanye texts Puffy, love you, praise God. That shit sent me. And now Puffy on the radio dancing. They said he tried to take that. The way he was dancing around.
Oh my God.
When they talked about that goddamn t-shirt. And I said exactly what is he supposed to say?
Yeah.
This shit is objectively fucking wrong and dumb. And you know that. There's no defending it. And you steady trying to. Everybody that's trying to defend that shirt literally sounds crazy. Yeah. Because there's no defense of it.
Right. You sound ridiculous. Like, it's okay for niggas to fuck up and face the consequences of their actions. Why don't you try letting that happen? And I'm really trying to move away from like being a carceral ass nigga. I am. But when you relentlessly target and harass people and seem to not learn, what the fuck are we supposed to do with you? Get the trash out as far as I'm concerned. Get the trash out. I mean, and other than that, I just want to say fuck you to the ride sharing apps. Because of them, I got on the train for the first time in literal years because I had class the other day. Now, granted, it was raining. Uber and Lyft prices are always higher when it was raining. But lately, I feel like ride sharing prices have been crazy. And they've just been like, you can either pay it or fucking hoof it, bitch. Yeah. And so a lot of times I have just bitten the fucking bullet and booked the car anyway. Baby, I was trying to go to school the other day to class. These niggas quoted me $100 American to take
you go to school
Uber.
In Boston? What the fuck are you talking about?
To take a car from my apartment to my university. I said, are you out of your fucking $100 goddamn dollars? And it's raining and cold and dark outside. So I'm not going to ride my bike. That just sounds like an ER trip waiting to happen.
Yeah.
I was like, but without my bike and a car, how do I get to school? I was like,
what do I do now?
I said, oh, right, the fucking subway. Bitch, I got on the train because of these rideshare apps and the issue with inflation. And I know it's not just rideshare. I know it's everybody everywhere. They are charging ridiculous amounts of money to do extremely basic things. $6 for a dozen eggs? Baby, the way my Mima would be cartwheeling in her grave if she knew niggas was charging $6 for a dozen eggs. Not the way we used to get eggs for like 88 cents. Are you kidding? It's out of control. It is out of control. Joseph Biden, what's going on? What can be done? Somebody come through and fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Yes, child, I got back on the train. And actually, the train is not that bad. Yes, I had on my N95.
I was just about to say, like...
You know I had on my N95.
When you haven't been on the train in like a long time and you like have to, unless it's like one of those train rides that's like obviously terrible where it's like incredibly packed or there's a fight or
rush hour,
smells like vomit and piss.
I mean that's like, most of them.
That's most of them, but it's like sometimes you will get there quicker and you might just have an experience where all you did was sit your ass down.
Like literally, I would say 7 times out of 10, especially me going from where I'm coming from and to where I'm going, the train is faster and it's definitely cheaper. You just have to deal with everybody else in New York.
You have to deal with being on the train. And that's where the struggle comes in.
Because it is nasty. The train is disgusting, but...
Sometimes you will come out of a one-time back on the train experience and be like, you know what? That was not bad.
You know what? I really feel like they done fucked up because now I'm like, oh, girl, I'm going to just take the train to school. I'm going to just take the train. I don't give a fuck no more. I'm not spending because normally a trip to campus is like $20, $25. So that $100, they really had me fucked up. But now I'm like... Girl, why am I even spending $20? I'm about to get me a weekly card again and swipe this bitch and get right on the goddamn subway like everybody else. So you know what? Uber and Lyft and the rest of you girls, you have just lost out. I thank you, actually. Thank you for being utterly goddamn ridiculous the other day because you reminded me that there is another option in this incredible city I live in. And I can spend, I think it's $3 now for a single trip, which, bitch, what? $3 for a single trip. But $3? Uber and Lyft won't even answer the call for $3. They won't even answer the fucking call for $3.
Oh no, they're not even considering your block unless you make a down payment of at least 10 to
it's
15.
Like I was gonna say it's a minimum like $10 for them to even come pick you up. But baby, I'm getting on the train. I am. Shout out to my N95s, my sunglasses, my hoodie. I'm getting on the fucking train. Y'all lost one. I won't do it. Bleed the cash out of somebody else. You got me fucked up. And that's really it. I'm done for real now.
On top of that, rideshare, a lot of them drivers in New York are also unkind. It's not even like you be in like some like southern places or some other areas where you might have a driver that's actually friendly or just respectful, chipper even.
Oh no!
Them motherfuckers act like they want to spit on you directly when you get it. Where are you going? Like, I put it in the phone. What are you yelling at me?
They don't have to wear masks no more either. So it's like, do I want to be stuck in a literal car with you, with the heat on and the windows up, all of your breath and germs just mingling in the fucking air, waiting on me? No, girl. I'll actually take my chances on a subway car, which is much, much larger, in my mask. And praying that I get a seat far away enough from whatever other melee is going on. So, listen, I'm back on the fucking train. Shout out to New York, greatest city in the world.
I had a mask on in a car a couple weeks ago, and the driver said to me, oh, buddy, you don't have to wear that. You know, I'm vaccinated.
Oh my God.
No, that's not exactly how that works.
You can be vaccinated and get the virus and transmit that bitch. So what does that mean to me?
It's not how it works.
That doesn't fix anything.
Oh, look at you being friendly.
I got in the car with a mask on and the dude was like, oh, you know, you don't have to do that no more. They took away the rule. I'm like, yeah, no, I like it. And I'm going to roll the window down. I'm going to roll it way down. way down.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this no more. It was all fun and games until y'all decided that $100 for a trip that's normally $20 sounded like a good idea. Y'all had me fucked up on that one.
Jail.
I won't do it no more.
Jail.
I won't do it no more. And it was like, it wasn't shorter. The subway wasn't shorter. It was like an extra 10 minutes. I'm like, bitch, I will budget 10 minutes to save $80. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it. Kiss my ass.
All right.
And that wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Check us out at This Is The Read and our website, thisistheread.com. You can find our merch over at shoptheread.com and our Patreon over at patreon.com/theread. I saw Trilloween LA is sold out.
She is. That's so nice.
Already. That's going to be a good time.
We still have one going down in Atlanta.
Oh, that's going to be a better time.
October 30th. Don't give me the line, child. It's on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, make sure that you get your tickets if you haven't already. What else? Stream Rap Shit on HBO Max.
That's right. Go catch up if you haven't seen it already.
8 episodes are available now, streaming. Go catch up. Get your watch on. Get your watch on? It's like a fucking 2002 BT commercial. I'm tired. Obviously, I'm sick. I need to go to bed.
All right, y'all. Take care of yourselves. We will see y'all next week.